Hello everyone, my name is Forset Rising, otherwise known as Icarus/Chance, and today I am joined by Sushee, the bot laner for Respawn. Sushee, tell me, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited for this, for these questions, for the spicy interview.
Ooh, the spice. Okay, well, players have been telling me to tone down my spiciness throughout these interviews, but I'll give it to you today. Before we get too deep into the weeds, though, I have two questions from other people that they sent me that they wanted you to answer. One of them is from your mid laner Shochi, and he asked who the best mid laner is in North America.
Who the best mid laners in North America? I mean, of course, Shoshi, of
Of
course,
course, the Mad Lad
of
himself.
course.
Hashtag End World Hunger. Uh,
But although, I mean, I did play with Cloud9 Loki in solo queue, and I mean, he's pretty good too. He's up there with Shochi.
yeah. I mean, Loki's awesome. All the C9 guys are really funny players to talk to and to watch. The other
Mm-hmm.
question came to me by Shimmer, and he asked, "How is the support system within the Respawn organization, and has it helped you in any way compared to other teams to play better?"
I mean, I think Respawn is a pretty big org, right? I think they have like lots of they have managers, they have like some psychologists as well. I think they do really have a good like supporting system. I think it definitely has helped the mental part of League, like more like trying to get like to be confident. We did like talk about like even like no matter what the results are, like just keep up the good team spirits and we did have we did have some people coming over to talk to us about like all of the like yes about the game, but also like all around the game, and so I think that's like really one of the biggest part of League of Legends too. I think like yes, like you need to like concentrate on the game, of course, but I think you also have a life out of the game, right? And I think like I think if you can have a really good life outside of it, I think it can like totally improve your play style and your gameplay. So I definitely think that the support system is very good in this org, and I'm super glad to be a part of it.
Of course. Touching on something you said, having a life outside of this. I was gonna ask you this later, but what are your hobbies outside of League of Legends?
Okay, well, I'm a fan of music, right? I do play lots of
Right.
instruments. I mean, of course, here
The
I have a
piano in
little
the
piano.
background.
That doesn't work, but I have another one that works. But okay, so I do play lots of music. I play the drums, other percussions, the keys, the pianos. I play a lot of instruments. And okay, and the other thing I love to do, I think it's a bit boring. Some people can think I love running. I love walking. I
Oh.
take walks every day. I just completed my half marathon not too long ago. So
Woo!
I have the medal over here. I have the proof. But yeah, I mean
He has
it.
the
I,
street cred with the runners now. Um,
yeah, I do take walks every days and try to go get some air outside of League of Legends, right? And
right. Got to
yeah,
touch
I think
grass.
of course.
Of
Well,
course.
now snow,
Oh,
of
right.
course.
It's snowing up where you are, right?
Yeah, a lot, too
You're
much.
you're from Canada, right?
Yeah, Quebec City, the
Uh,
French part of
the
Canada.
Québécois. Bis béton. No, I like
Yeah,
to make fun of the Quebecois. But
yeah.
that aside, though, it's really fun talking to players who are as passionate as you. Looking at you as a player, though, what do you think your strengths are compared to the other 80 carries? And do you think you are among the best 80 carries within the open qualifier?
Well, okay. Well, I do think my strengths. Well, of course, I think I'm pretty young. I'm pretty new to the scene. I think it has been like what, like a year and a half, or even like just a year.
It's been
I've been in the
about, yeah, a
scene.
year and a half, 2 years.
Okay. Well, oh wow. Okay, time passes. Okay. But I think I do learn very fast. I think I have come from like I think like from the beginning I think I've only been like it's been going up like only, and I mean I'm super lucky to be playing with all these good players. I think I've met plenty of new players. I went to Los Angeles I think 4 or 5 months ago for the Cito Combine, the in person there, which was awesome. Was one of my best week of the whole year. I think I do learn very fast. I do have some I think people like when they saw my gameplay, they did say that I have a pretty weird gameplay compared to other ADCs. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm very like I feel like I'm very like greedy. I tend to like push my limits like the furthest, but
Um,
and yeah, I mean
Go ahead.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say the
Okay,
term I use is illegal. You do a lot of
yeah.
illegal plays, but you get away with them because you're very talented.
Thank you. Well, yeah, well, thank you. And okay, for the other question, who I'm comparing myself with? This is a good question. So, okay, you might not like my answer. You might not like it, but I mean, I have been raised to think like my parents always like try to think like outside the box, try to be like different than all of the others, right? And so I try like not really comparing myself because I think, for example, like if you compare yourself too much to people, I think it will just get your confidence. It will like take off all your confidence, and like I'll be honest, I think if you want to go far like in any like domain in life, like if you want to go in like the music industry or like the esports industry, I think you have to do something different, right? Like you have to be
Right.
like you have to like I want to be Sushee. I don't want to be like any other people, right?
You don't want to
So
be
I mean, I
you don't
try
want to
not
be
to
Double Lift
compare.
2.0. You want to be Sushi 1.0.
Exactly, exactly. I think everyone needs to like really like watch their own gameplay, like do their own thing, and really like be themselves. Be like the like do just listen to yourself, do your personality, and I think like that's what people will like to see. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
So all I'm hearing is that you're built different, Sushi.
You're making me blush now. But I mean, okay, I wouldn't say it that way, but I mean, I tried building something that's like a bit like, I mean, I'm just myself, I think.
Yeah,
So,
you're yourself, and from what I've heard about players in solo queue and a lot of these pro players, they do rate you very, very highly.
oh
If
really?
a
Oh my
bit,
God, thank you.
if a bit different.
Oh wow,
Looking at week
thank you so
one,
much.
getting back to the OQs though, you and Respawn played really well in your matchups. What do you think contributed to that success? Do you think it was an easy bracket, or do you think you guys are just that much above the
Mm,
competition?
I don't think our bracket is that easy. I think we will be facing some great challenges. But last week, I mean, we did. I think Respawn Org was one of the org that did the team announcement the earliest. So I think we were one of the teams that played together the most. Out of every team, I think it's been like 2 or 3 months we've been scrimming because like
Yep.
the OQs were always getting pushed back, right? I think we have been scrimming a lot. We have been building some connections. I have been playing with Mixture like for about like almost 1 year, like 6 to 7 months. I do know like what he's like always what's happening in his mind. I think we have a really good connection in the bot lane, and I think it was not it wasn't some easy games. It wasn't some easy games at all. I definitely think the people we played versus played very well. I think I was happy with the result, but how the result was made, I think we were a bit like nervous. I don't know. I think we did have some better games than that, but it did go pretty well. We did follow our plans. We have a really good coach. Tails did contribute a lot into these drafts, and so I was pretty happy about that. I definitely think that we're gonna be scaling, though. I hope so. I hope
Oh,
so.
okay. So scaling throughout the tournament, even though you 4-0'd your opponents.
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, from behind the scenes, you did mention that you've been probably one of the longest standing teams. You, along with that Nightmare roster, which did unfortunately disband. Um, you guys didn't start off good in scrims. I I heard a lot of the scrim bucks behind the scenes, and you were dropping a lot of games to the point where a lot of people were worried that this team wouldn't even make it. What? How did you guys rebound from that?
Okay, well, I mean, I was talking also with the team like the other day. Like people were saying, "Oh, this respawn team, I've heard that this team didn't win a lot." But okay, I'll be honest. I think like every team, like always at the beginning, like they should like start at kind of a high, like they should have like kind of have a high standard in the scrims, right? But I think like every team, they do have a point in their like in like the team comp. They do have a point where it kind of goes like it starts there and it kind of like jump and then it scales up more, right? I do think respawn team is a bit like doing that. Although I don't really get where like people saw that we like our screens were going pretty bad because I do personally think like we have been playing pretty well in scrims. I was also talking with the team, and the team was like, I don't know where people are getting this because our scrim was like they were not too bad, but we do be like we did have a lowest point. I think we did have some like outside of the game, but also like in the game problems. So I think that definitely like have like an impact too. But I do think that like right now in the scrims it's going pretty well. Like we're like knowing how to play with each other as a team, and I do think it's going very well right now in this scrim. We're scaling for real.
I mean, that's really good. You guys are peaking at the right time. Now, before a lot of these later teams did join, like the Near Airport team or Citadel, Galaxy, all these teams that came in at the last second, you guys were rated in that top three, top four side, and you did drop a little bit after that. Do you guys think now you are still in that top three bracket?
Um, I'd say, oh, I mean, we have been scrimming a lot. We did scrim versus near airport one time. I think it, to be honest, I think that was one of our worst scrims. It really was one of our worst scrims. It was a bit embarrassing at some points. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it
I think we
nerves?
were all a bit like yeah, we were all a bit nervous. We were all I mean for me, I think I had kind of like a confidence drop at that time. I think like really confidence is key in League and like the more confidence you have, the more you will play better, I think. And so I feel like that day it wasn't really everyone's day. So I think versus that team it did really like and it was on stream as well, so everyone could see that our team was like was a bit struggling, right? But I do think now that like it's a bit like in everything. Once you do something one time and like you don't really know what to like, it's in front of lots of people. But then I feel like if we do it a second time, I'm kind of like confident that we would play it like a lot better than what we did, and I still think we're in that like top 1 to 4. I think there's a lot of good teams. Like Citadel is a really good team. Tempest is a really good team as well. They won't be in our bracket, I think, but I'm pretty sure that like in scrims it has been going pretty well, and I think we're still. I'm confident that I think our team can work together, and I think we can try to find some ways and win it all. Hopefully.
So Tempest is winning around 80 to 90% of their scrims, and they are currently facing NACL teams as well. Some of them top of the bracket,
Mm-hmm.
projected bracket, right? You don't face them, luckily enough, unless you hit the finals. And to get there, you need to face near airport, and before that, Wang's Goblins. Looking up to
Yeah.
these matches, what are you looking at, and are you nervous at all? Is there anything that you are worried about?
Um, I'm okay. I think I'm pretty confident for Saturday's game. I think we have been working pretty well. We have been developing some new strategies, I think, with the new lane swaps being like kind of nerfed
Yeah.
right now. So we have been like working a lot on this. We have been scrimming this week, have been trying some new champions. Well, not too much new champions, right? We still want to keep the plan our initial plan, right? But I think like just like just like going in, like not thinking about any results. I think just playing if like just being happy with how you play, playing as a team. Just be like I think just be patient. I think our team like I feel like we just have been trying to do some plays so quickly versus a near airport. I think on like on our scrims we had versus them, we just tried to play just so fast. I think we just needed to relax, just
Play
like
your
just be
game.
chill. Yeah, exactly. Just play our game. Like for me, I personally like how I'm looking this OQ. I really do want to play well. I really do want to be happy with my gameplay. And like no matter the results are, I just want to be proud of myself. I think this is the one of the most important things I'm looking at this OQ is I just want to be proud of myself. I just want to have a good showing to a good gameplay, and we do really have a good plan. So I think I'm pretty sure that well not pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna do well. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do well, I think.
If you do manage to not, beat near airport and you do drop to the lower bracket, do you favor yourself to promote from there? You won't have to face Tempest or
Mm-hmm.
near airport in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think like as I said, I think if we just play as a team, I think like even if we lose, I think we should just not get discouraged, right? It is really like stressful once you're in the lower bracket. I do understand that, And like of course we all want to promote, but if we do not promote, it's not like the end of the world. Like we're not gonna die. It's still it will suck. I agree, but for example, like last year when we didn't promote with Lotus at the promotion tournament, it did like really like um it did it was a bit sad, but I mean hopefully we do promote, and if we do not promote, it's not that big of a deal. I still want to be happy with my performances, and I still want to what's it called in English? I still want to like still like have a positive vibe in the team comes
Got it.
like.
Stay positive, stay happy, be
Exactly. Yeah.
be yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, on a more personal note, tell me how has it been being a new-ish player? I mean, you like I mentioned earlier, about a year and a half, 2 years now. The end of 2023. Um, how has it been coming into the scene and just immediately getting success with a lot of these teams? I mean, top two finishes across the board almost. Has it set
Mm-hmm.
expectations that you feel you need to live up to?
I mean, it is like I mean I can feel like there's some people having some expectations, right? And it's like, to be honest, it's like kind of annoying that people have been like calling me like a rookie. I know like I do need to like do my time. I know that lots of people have been in the competitive scene for a while, right? And but the thing is that it's a bit like more because I knew it a lot. It's a bit like no more annoying because I know a lot of people that are like in NACL. I've played versus lots of NACL people. I think in the off season I played lots of combine versus, for example, like Mobility, Levite. I played versus Sajed one time too. Like I've played versus these other ADCs, this other bot lane, and I do think that I do think I would do well. Okay, I don't. I think I have my place in tier two, and I would love to show like the people that I do have my place in tier two, and like it's a bit annoying because I do need to do my time in OQs, right? But I mean I would love to like take all the like rookie stuff away and like try to really like show everyone that I can make it, I think,
The
and
Canadian
also.
Danny.
Yeah, I mean, but like yeah, I think it's like I've played like lots of combines versus like some good
Right.
players, and I do think that I would really love to have a try in NACL one day, and yeah, I mean I'm gonna do my best in OQs, and even if the expectations are high, I'm still gonna focus on my gameplay, and like, if we lose, I will be looking at every game. I will be learning more. Like people say that like losing is just learning more, right? And I mean, I will take that. Like if we lose, I will take that as a learning experience, and I will like not discourage myself, not get mad, and I will just continue persevere in this, and yeah,
Well,
nah,
you're
don't give up.
you're definitely good enough. Like I said earlier, you are probably one of the, in my humble opinion,
Oh
not
my
comparing
god.
you, right? You are
Yeah.
a top 380 carry right now. You are definitely on that NACL level, and that's saying something right now, especially because the bracket right now, 64 teams. This OQ is
Mm,
stacked compared to previous years.
it is, yes.
But you are quite young yourself, right? I mean, you are 18 years old. You got into the league at 16, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that it has helped you getting in so young? And do you feel how do you feel in general about like the rule change that came out recently of us not being
Oh
able to
yeah.
have players who were your age? Like we're losing Season of
Oh.
Leaves.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Well, first of all, like, how I feel about my age, I do think I'm pretty lucky. I think, well, I'm pretty lucky to be at that young age and that could play competitive. I think it has definitely like given me an advantage. I think like people when they look at team, like they want to like young aspiring players. Um, I think it did. I think like the more you're young, the more you can learn, right? I think this is like the best thing, and I do think I have lots of time. Also, like for example, if I have to do like one more year in OQs, it's fine because I'll still be like 19 years old, for example.
Yeah.
Um, but like regarding the new rule, I do kind of feel. Okay, well, Susan is also my friend, right? And I do feel really bad for him. I don't really agree with this new rule. I've seen some people saying that they put this new rule for that trapping young people into bad contracts, right? But it's OQ contracts. It's not like a
Yeah.
big deal, right? It's like
Yeah, no.
so. I mean, I
Yeah.
do feel really bad for Season. He has been wanting to be playing. He wanted to play competitive. I think he was like what like challenger at 12 years old, right?
Yep.
Like that is insane. I
One
think
of
like
the
the more you
youngest
bring
challengers.
exactly. Like the more you bring younger people in the competitive scene, the more like the scene will literally improve. I think that's how I see it. And I kind of feel bad for these younger people because they had their chance to compete in OQs. There are 64 teams right now too, and they still can't compete. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't really understand that, but
We had diamond and emerald players in the OQ, and we can't get Season of Leaves on a team.
exactly. So I do feel pretty bad for these players. I don't think it only regards season of these. I'm pretty sure there are other
Of
very good
course.
players that are under I think it was what 17 years old.
Yes.
They put so I do think it's definitely gonna put like competitive league a bit like less it's gonna be less good, I think, competitive. Like they want young, aspiring players, but then they're putting the age at almost adult. So I think it's a bit annoying that they did that. But I mean, I do respect their decision, and hopefully we can see some young 17 years old players aspiring to go pro,
For
and
sure.
I think it's good having some new players on the scene.
It would be really, really cool to see more young and upcoming players, especially like
Exactly.
you. Um, is there anything within the scene though, whether it be competitive or solo queue, that you would want to change? Obviously, we talked about this rule, but disregarding that.
Hmm. Well. Okay, so regarding solo queue, I think since the time I started playing competitive, it definitely it kind of like opened my eyes because I was a big solo queue player before, right? And once I entered the competitive scene, I was like, whoa, this is completely different than solo queue. Like I was like a rookie in I was a rookie in competitive, and when I was playing in solo queue, I was like, this is completely different. Like solo queue is only the macro isn't very present the everyone's just really limit testing. I think like definitely trying to improve that solo queue mental of like try harding every game like lane swapping in solo queue. I've never really seen people lane swapping in solo queue. Like why aren't we lane swapping in solo queue? I do also think a rule that could be changed is definitely the like how people react the behavior I'm like okay I love to be positive in life and I
Mm-hmm.
do think that behaviors in League of Legends are there's a lot of negativity in the game. I do
Mm-hmm.
think that it is a big problem and I do think that Riot isn't really they aren't really trying to. I mean, they're trying to, right? But it is hard I do understand them that it is hard to like punish these people. But I
Yeah.
want when people in solo queue they say like, oh, 15 at like 3 minutes in the game, and they wanted to FF at 15 at 2 minutes in the game. I'm like, whoa,
Right.
chill. This is still
Right.
winnable,
Right. I
guys.
mean,
Like, do not give up.
and then you have people like Shochi, on stream calling people pedophiles. So it's like.
Well, okay, yeah.
Joke,
But I mean,
jokes
I
aside,
think this
though.
is yeah. I mean, I think this is still like I think this is still bad to do. I wouldn't recommend anyone being like that. And I mean, you can't be tilted, right? It
Yeah.
is normal to be tilted. Like sometimes I am tilted.
Right.
Will I be writing a whole paragraph, a whole book in the chat? No, I would
No.
never do that. I don't think I've ever done that actually. But I just like well, and that time I just mute all of it.
Yep.
It's just so
Slash mute all. Put on some
yeah.
music and you just try and play the game.
But to me, it's just like so annoying that people just have a weak mental like that. I do think that mental is probably like 60% or 70% of League of Legends, like 70% and 30% of gameplay. I do think mental play a huge role in how people play the game and yeah, I think just improving people's behavior, I think that could be like a maybe a new it is hard to improve behavior, right? But maybe like a new rule about that. I don't know. And
Right.
that could be something pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. One of the hobbies you mentioned earlier was music. What type of music do you like?
Well, okay, I do love the music I play on my stream. I think people have told me that I have a pretty good playlist.
Okay.
And I'm happy about that. I love like new music that just comes out, like pop,
Top
like
artists?
yeah, pop artists. I like Sabrina Carpenter. I went to see her at Montreal. It was
Yep.
insane. I do also like Dua Lipa, like all of these like new singers. I do like,
What do you
but
think
like
of Biba Doobie?
oh wait, what which one is that?
Biba
I don't think I know.
Biba Doobie?
Yeah, I don't think I know.
Oh, talk to Shochi about that.
Really? Wait,
Yeah,
I'm curious about
it's
that.
one of his favorite artists.
Really?
But yeah,
Okay,
no,
I'm definitely gonna ask him about that.
yeah. Um, do you just listen to pop, or is it more of like just all over new artists?
Okay, I have different eras to be honest. Like I have like sometimes I have an era on my stream I will like only play K-pop music. I had an era where I was like only listening to K-pop. I knew like every K-pop song. Like for example, Twice, BTS. I
Yeah,
was listening to all of their songs. Then I had another era. Like of course, like everyone has this Taylor Swift era, right? And
I'm in that right now. I am.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's definitely like some good era. So it always like plays like that. And like right now I love to listen to Doechii. Like since that Grammy performance that she just did, it was
Oh.
insane. It
Yep.
was insane. It was an insane performance. So I do definitely love to listen to her songs right now. And yeah, I mean I have some eras. So right now I guess it's Doechii with her new anxiety song on TikTok. That's always playing. That's very insanely good.
Alrighty. Well,
Yeah.
what do you have to say to the fans of you and the fans of Respawn?
Well, I mean, I'm super grateful to everyone that's been supporting us. I think, I mean, also I want to say something to Respawn Org. I think I'm super lucky to be playing with all these players. I think all of the players on the team are excellent in every way. I think Lawrence does bring a really like positive, chill vibe in the group. I love that. He's been playing weak side pretty well as well because.
Yeah.
They have been strong siding bot lane, and I kind of feel bad for Lawrence because he's been a bit like on the island top lane,
Yep.
but he's been playing it super well. Chad always being vocal in the team. I do love junglers that are vocal. I think junglers that are vocal is literally like the like life. Like in a competitive game, you want your jungle to be vocal, and Chad is exactly it. Shoshi does always bring a good positive like some energy. Shoshi is very
He's
energetic.
very energetic. Yeah.
Very energetic. So this is it has been really a pleasure to be playing with him, and always a pleasure with playing with Mixture. And he knows I've been playing with him for a while, and I've been going to LA with Mixture as well. It was an insane experience that we lived together, and so yeah, I mean. Like thank you to everyone that have been supporting us, that have been watching our games, and I've been having some people coming on my stream saying, "Oh, like you're the 80s of Respawn," and I mean I'm always like to speak with everyone that are supporting us, and yeah, I want to thank also my whole family that has been extremely supporting, and yeah, so just a huge thanks to everyone, and hopefully we can we can win it all.
Yeah. No, definitely. What about the haters?
The
What
haters.
do you got to say to those haters of Respawn
Um.
and of the goat Sushee?
Well, I mean, okay, but I mean, if they hate, I mean, I don't really care. I'm still gonna be there. So I mean, like, I haven't really thought about that about this to be honest. But I mean, I'm still gonna be me. Like, if they hate me, well, it's their problem. That's them having their problem with me. It's not me
Yep.
having a problem with them. So, I mean, I won't really give attention to people hating on us and on Respawn. If they want to do so, well, it's their decision, and I really do not mind. I respect that decision. I respect that choice, and hopefully it doesn't have like too much of an impact on the rest of my team. Like I'm pretty sure that I don't really mind, but hopefully it doesn't really impact my teammates. And yeah, I mean I'm having a really great time these last few months playing with my team. So I'm still having a great time, and they can still hate, but I'm still having some lots of fun
Heck
and
yeah.
still be winning some games. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Sushi. It was a pleasure talking to you and getting to know you a bit more. Is there anything you want to shout out before I let you go?
Well, shout out to my team. Shout out. Okay, one shout out to I want to shout out Pocus too, because Pocus
Yep.
was in fact the one that put me in the competitive scene, right? I played with Poke's
Really?
team before. He was actually like, the only one that actually helped me really grow as a player in competitive. So I really do have to thank Pocus for that. And yeah, exactly. And so shout out to him. Shout out to my whole family supporting. Shout out to the team. Shout out to all the supporters. I love everyone that support us. So thank you so much, and thank you for having me for this interview.
It
That's
was
really
my
nice.
pleasure. I've been Foresight Within. Go ahead and check out the other interviews down below. We had some really good ones. And everyone, have a good day.